Test 1, 2, test.
He's gonna come up and finagle. He'll turn it on.
stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
On behalf of the class of 2019, I would like to welcome Dr. Mary Ellen Brunel, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Kathleen Lozay, Assistant Superintendent, distinguished school committee members, faculty, staff, fellow students, and family members to the Auburn High School's 84th Annual Graduation Ceremony.
On behalf of the class of 2019, we would like to present you with our class gift. This gift is a countdown board to the forever seniors that keep coming up the next years.
We would also like to thank Zachary Turcott, Cameron McGrath, and the art room for helping us create this class gift.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Mary Ellen Brunel, Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Kathleen Lozay, Auburn School Committee Chairman, Mr. George Scobie, members of the Auburn School Committee, Auburn Public Schools Administration, faculty, staff, and honored members of the class of 2019, I would like to welcome you all to this evening's 84th Annual Commencement Ceremony. Tonight we gather as a proud community to bear witness to the crowning achievement of the class of 2019, their high school graduation. Just a few moments ago, they entered this gymnasium for the final time as students, and soon they will exit this gymnasium for the first time as alumni. And I'll try to be as soon as I can, I promise. You will join the over 12,000 graduates class of 2019 and 83 classes that have preceded you. Congratulations, you have made it. Whether you have resided in Auburn your entire life, moved into Auburn later, or selected us as your preferred high school through our school choice program, when you leave here tonight, you are leaving as a permanent member of the Auburn family, a family that began in 1935. Now, not unlike other families, we've experienced our fair share of joy and sadness, triumphs and tragedies, and agreements and disagreements over the years. However, tonight, we put that behind us and we look forward. We look forward to the future. In January, I begrudgingly joined Facebook. And the primary motivation for this joining of Facebook was really selfish. It was so that I could watch my daughter Julia play softball because her games are streamed live on Facebook. But as I looked around and got more acquainted with Facebook's different features, I came across a lot of interesting faces, places, and pages. One interesting page that I took note of was called, or is called, the Better Man Project. It provides perspectives on different areas of life. There's usually a quote or a statement every couple of days, followed by a bit of narrative to provide context. Fittingly, a few nights ago, I was sitting out in my truck at about 5:45, and I was thinking of what to say tonight, and I was scrolling through my Facebook feed. Up popped the following statement. Look back one last time, leave it all behind you. What is coming is far more exciting. And as I sat there in my truck and thought about that statement, I thought how it resonated with me. And I decided to use that to craft my remarks for this evening. As exciting as the last few weeks have been, starting with the beautiful prom at Mechanics Hall, the infamous paper party every year on the last day of school, our all-night sleepover, trip to Brownstone, the Odyssey Cruise, your last breakfast, today's morning awards assembly, and tonight, we pause to reflect on the past 4 years, as well as to look forward to the years still to come for all of you. So let's look back one last time. I would like to highlight some areas of importance I hope you discovered during the last 4 years on your way to earning the privilege of being here tonight. Among the most important of these areas is the sense of common values and beliefs that unite all of us within the Auburn community. As different as we are from each other, we are also alike in many ways. Our commonalities exist in our collective belief in love, trust, integrity, honesty, patriotism, individual heritage, and so much more. You have realized these commonalities through your immersion in the academic, athletic, artistic, and co-curricular opportunities available to you here at Auburn High School. Academically, you are receiving a diploma from a high school located in a state that is #1 in the country for its elementary and secondary education. Your programs of study at Auburn High School have been purposely prepared for you to challenge you in preparation for the next phases of your lives. Many of you are off to tremendous colleges and universities, technical schools, and trade programs in the fall. Some of you have elected to take your skills directly to the workforce, while still others of you have made the courageous choice to join the armed forces of this great nation. And while I'm thinking of it, let me pause here and ask those of you that are joining the United States Armed Forces to please stand and be recognized. On behalf of the Auburn community, I'd like to thank you for your anticipated service, and may you be safe in your travels. On the athletic fields, you continued Auburn High School's longstanding tradition of competitive excellence, leaving us with memories that will last a lifetime and achievements that have been added to our storied history. Over the past 4 years, some of you were part of the first playoff victory of the girls lacrosse program, the first ever district championship in the history of the girls softball program, our first ever state championship in outdoor track, a state baseball championship, and the first undefeated regular season in school history for boys cross country. Along the way, some of you shattered school records through the creation of new ones. And these are just a small sampling of your lengthy athletic accomplishments, class of 2019. On the stage, you filled the auditorium to unforgettable performances of Les Mis, Mary Poppins, and Chicago. The concert and jazz bands, the marching band, and the chorus continue to fill the auditorium to capacity with audiences wanting more. Your artwork, from your shows throughout the years to your individual portfolios, to your recognition at the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, as well as in the marble collection, to this year's class mural that is right outside the entrance, highlights the breadth and depth of the talents your class possesses. At the bottom of my outgoing email, it states, "Expect excellence." And as I've briefly mentioned, in your own individual and collective ways, you have achieved excellence at Auburn High School. However, now it's time to look at the second half of that quote previously shared from the Better Man Project. Leave it all behind you. What is coming is far more exciting. Dr. Benjamin Mays, an American Baptist minister and prominent leader in the civil rights movement, said, "It must be borne in mind that the tragedy of life does not lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy of life lies in having no goal to reach." Class of 2019, I encourage you tonight, in this moment, to look forward to the years ahead and map out your goals for the future. What are they? Map out an action plan to reach those goals. What checkpoints will you need to make along the way? Identify what the completion of your goals will be. How will it be that you have achieved them? Now, of course, we know the road ahead will not be easy. There will be times when you are living footloose and fancy-free, and you cannot imagine life being any better in the moment. And then there's going to be those times when you wonder out loud what you did to deserve another frustration, disappointment, or loss. Scottish poet Robert Burns summed it up best when he said, "The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry." And so we ask ourselves, why do they go awry? Well, the answer lies in understanding that life has a plan of its own for all of us. And sometimes these plans are beyond our control. Life has a unique way of bringing the unexpected upon us. Sometimes the unexpected is a pleasant surprise, and sometimes the unexpected is a figurative punch in the stomach that takes your breath away. Regardless of the unexpected events that will happen to you, stay committed to whatever course it is you choose. There will be smooth sailing, there will be sudden changes in direction, and there will be other conditions that will sway you from your journey. Keep your heads up, stay the course, keep driving towards your goals, whatever they may be. Charles Darwin said, "It is not the strongest of a species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. The survivors are those most adaptable to change." As important as it is to identify goals, people, and develop an action plan and be adaptable to unanticipated events, it is even more important that you create your plan. There is no happiness in carrying out someone else's plan for you. Happiness, above all else, is what will propel you forward to do great things, whatever those may be. From this point forward, your life is your life. Take responsibility for it. Own it. Your past need not be your future, and your future need not be your past. Class of 2019, now more than ever, our country and our world needs you. We need every one of you to be engaged citizens in our democracy. We need your intelligence, we need your skills, we need your talents, we need your kindness, we need your voices, we need you to serve others unselfishly. We need you to be good humans. Gandhi said, "You must be the change you wish to see." Each and every one of you has the power to effect meaningful change in your own way. After tonight, get out into the world and let them see it. Thank you. And now, class of 2019, would you please rise? Seated in this corner here is our faculty. Would you please give them a well-deserved round of applause? Now, would you please face this way and face your two class advisors, Mr. Eric Berg and Mrs. Heidi Tatum, and give them a well-deserved round of applause. And at this time, would you please find your parents, families, and loved ones? Parents, would you please stand, wave to your graduate-to-be? Thank you. You may be seated. And before I move on to a special recognition tonight, parents, just let me say thank you myself on behalf of the administration, on behalf of the faculty. Education in today's day and world is not easy, and it truly takes a partnership between us and you, and we'd like to think that we're all in it together. And this achievement here tonight is a product of that cooperation. So thank you very, very much for sharing your children with us. Before we move on to scholarships, we have a special recognition this evening. Tonight, we are also celebrating the career of our Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Kathleen Lauzé, who, as of July 1st of this year, will be retired after 40 years, yes, 40, of service to the Auburn Public Schools. During the past 4 decades, Dr. Lauzé has served as a teacher, principal, and currently in her role as an assistant superintendent. The leadership and guidance she has brought to this district over 40 years cannot be measured, and having had the pleasure to work with her for 15 years, her influence on my professional practice has been immeasurable as well. So Kathy, thank you so much for your service and dedication, and we wish you all the best in Maine in your retirement. Okay, here comes the rapid fire scholarship round. And I do apologize in advance. It's a little warm in here tonight, and the throat's a little dry, but I will do my best not to make any glaring errors or omissions. So the following scholarships that we are going to announce now are administered by the Auburn High School Faculty Scholarship Committee in cooperation with a series of donors. Students, please rise when your names are called. Faculty Merit Awards, for which there are 10 at $50. Students receiving a merit award are recognized for their dedication to their class in the Auburn High School community. They are nominated by the faculty. Shay Brown, Megan Hines, Obiamaka Iguanagu, Casey Iconia, Nicoletta Carizis, Jacqueline Landry, Benjamin Masiello, Daniel Mojica, Timothy Tran, and Ryan Garabedian. The Natalie Snow Scholarship in the amount of $100 is awarded to a student pursuing studies in the field of music, teaching, or composing and attending a 4-year college. This year's recipient is Sean Campbell. The George Cooney Scholarship in the amount of $100 is awarded to a worthy member of the graduating class of 2019 who plans to further their education at a 4-year college as a member of the boys cross country team, demonstrates leadership ability and positive character traits. This year's recipient is Daniel Mojica. The Frank Jake Scholarship in the amount of $100 is awarded to a senior attending a 4-year college who has shown good character as well as leadership and scholastic achievement. This year's recipient is Naomi Byland. The Gerald Morin Scholarship in the amount of $100 is awarded to a senior who has demonstrated service to the school and community and has shown great interest in drama, music, dance, or art. This year's recipient is Sean Campbell. Outstanding Student Council Member Scholarship in the amount of $100 is awarded to a student who has made an outstanding contribution to the AHS Student Council. This year's recipient is Allison Anasaskis. The Donald Goodnow Scholarship in the amount of $200. This recipient is attending a 2- or 4-year nursing program and has had a positive influence on the student body and has demonstrated loyalty to Auburn High School. This year's recipient is Kaylee Christie Perez. The Athletic Leadership Award, for which there are 5 at $200 apiece. This year's recipients are Molly Cutting, Ryan Henderson, Alexis McGrail, Victoria Murphy, and Shannon Sampson. The NAM Knights America Central Mass Scholarship in the amount of $250 is awarded to a student with a strong military connection. This year's recipient is John Froyo. The Auburn Little League Scholarship, Ken Rochette Memorial, in the amount of $300 is awarded to a senior who participated in the Auburn Little League and who exhibits qualities of high moral character and team leadership. This year's recipient is Cody Barubi. The Honeydew Donut Scholarship, the amount of $300. This award is given to a worthy student who plans to further their education at a four-year college and participates in local community charitable activities. This year's recipient is Naomi Byland. The Carl Renholm Memorial Scholarship, for which there are two in the amount of $500. This scholarship is given to students who possess the qualities and characteristics of our beloved custodian, Carl Renholm. These two recipients this year are Dylan Carbonneau and Ava Zink. The Mona Kahali Memorial Award in the amount of $500 is awarded to a student who is hardworking in English language learning. This year's recipient is Timothy Tran. The Auburn High School Alumni Scholarship, for which there are six at $500 apiece. This scholarship is awarded to students who plan to attend a four-year college and have demonstrated great character and service to the school and community. This year's recipients are Marissa Gallant, Emma Gervais, Ethan Lee, Victoria Murphy, Vishvish Patel, and Jared Sargent. The Shirley D. Pasquale Memorial Scholarship, for which there are two at $500 apiece. These scholarships are awarded to one senior boy and one senior girl with a strong academic record, planning to attend either a two- or a four-year college. This year's recipients are Ryan Garabedian and Madison Poshkis. The Elizabeth Roy Memorial Scholarship, Bay State Savings Bank, in the amount of $500 is awarded to a school bank teller with the highest grade point average and who best exemplifies the positive qualities of Elizabeth Roy, a graduate of Auburn High School and a former school bank teller. This year's recipient is Dana Tang. The Judy M. Salsi Memorial Gridiron Scholarship in the amount of $500 is awarded to a student who has played football here at Auburn High School and is going on to a two- or four-year college. This year's recipient is Jack LaPearl. The Jeffrey Haynes Memorial Scholarship from the Auburn Sportsman's Club. There are two in the amount of $500. This goes to students who are going into environmental science, forestry, or a related field. This year's recipients are Ashley Hayes and Maxwell Strong. The Auburn Rockets Booster Club has provided 4 scholarships in the amount of $500 this year. This scholarship is awarded to 2 male and 2 female students who have participated in Auburn High School athletics. This year's recipients are Nicholas DeLeo, Caitlin Johnson, Emily Saucier, and Timothy Tran. The Galaxy Development Community Star Scholarship in the amount of $500 is awarded to a student who has volunteered with special needs children and is pursuing a degree in child development, special education, or education. This year's recipient is Jennifer LeBlanc. The Ian Weston Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500 is awarded to a student pursuing an environmental science or conservation degree. This year's recipient is Megan Contois. Cadent Web Systems Solutions Division has provided a $500 scholarship to a student continuing their education at a two-year college. This year's recipient is Ben Baer. The Auburn Municipal Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. This scholarship is given to a student who demonstrates good character, commitment to the community, has excelled scholastically, and has been involved in extracurricular activities. This year's recipient is Ryan Henderson. The Nadine L. Story and Robert S. Schwager Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. This award is given to a worthy student who plans to attend a four-year college and is enthusiastic in school and community affairs. This year's recipient is Nicholas Bashelia. The Nadine Story Nursing Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 is awarded to a worthy student who plans to attend a four-year college majoring in the medical field, specifically in nursing, and is enthusiastic in school and community affairs. This year's recipient is Lauren Hines. The Southbridge Credit Union Thomas J. Smlars Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. This scholarship is given to a student who demonstrates great character, service, and loyalty to Auburn High School. This year's recipient is Tiffany Huynh. The Auburn Retired School Personnel Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 is awarded to a student who demonstrates service to school and community and is also planning on pursuing a teaching career. This year's recipient is Jennifer LeBlanc. The John J. Flanagan III Scholarship, for which there are two at $1,000 each. These scholarships are awarded to student athletes that have participated in either golf or football. This year's recipients are Ryan Henderson and Jack LaPearl. The RISE Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 is a scholarship awarded to a high school senior in recognition of their efforts to rise and achieve excellence. This year's recipient is Shizat Chaudhry. The Kevin Norberg Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500. This scholarship is given in memory of former AHS graduate Kevin Norberg. It is awarded to a student planning on studying in the engineering field. This year's recipient is Jackson Sipek. The Auburn Education Association Scholarship in the amount of $2,000. The recipient of this award must have attended Auburn High School for at least 3 years and plans to attend a degree-granting institution in the fall. This year's recipient is Shay Jarvis. The Auburn Industrial Development Corporation, the Reesner Family Memorial, has awarded a $2,000 scholarship. The recipient of this scholarship must have a 3.0 minimum GPA, attend a 4-year college, and be of great service to the community. This year's recipient is Jared Sargent. The Elizabeth Johnson Memorial Scholarship, for which there are two at $2,000 apiece. This scholarship is given in memory of Elizabeth Johnson, a longtime educator in Auburn. This year's recipients are Sean Campbell and Madison Poshkis. The Edward S. Beadle Award, of which there are two in the amount of $2,850. The recipients of these awards must excel in the study of French and Spanish languages. This year's recipients are Paige Suda and Dana Tang. The Bay State Savings Bank Scholarship in the amount of $4,000. This scholarship is given to a student who has demonstrated outstanding scholarship and has been actively involved at Auburn High School. This year's recipient is Olivia Kernan. Okay, we will now move on to scholarships given by various local organizations. Again, would the recipients please stand when your names are called. The AHS Boys Hockey Alumni Scholarship, for which there are 7 at $100 apiece. This year's recipients are Jordan Bartlett, Ryan Lempicki, Caleb Mackin, John Ranico, Manuel Rosario, Zachary Turcott, and Colin Winkleman. The AHS Girls Hockey Alumni Scholarship, there are 3 at $200 apiece. This year's recipients are Caitlin Johnson, Samantha Perry, and Sydney Randall. The Butch Luthman Memorial Golf Scholarship, for which there are 4 in the amount of $250 apiece. This year's recipients are Michael Delastrito, Ryan Henderson, Tyler Pratt, and Joseph Scanlon. The Southborough Police Association has given a $250 scholarship, and that recipient is Ryan Henderson. The Roger J. Moulin Scholarship in the amount of $350, there is 1, and that recipient is Maxwell Engel. The Auburn Webster Lodge of Elks number 2118, Walter B. Millward Memorial Scholarship, there are 2 at $500. This year's recipients are Emily Wambach and Colin Winkleman. There is also an Auburn High School specific scholarship, for which there are 2 at $750 apiece. Those recipients are Olivia Kernan and Alyssa Sarkeesian. The Auburn Junior Women's Club has provided 2 scholarships in the amount of $500 each. This year's recipients are Grace Levin-Savage and Emily Saucier. The Auburn Permanent Firefighters Association has awarded a $500 scholarship to Emily Saucier. The Stephen R. Coyne Memorial Scholarship, for which there are 2 in the amount of $500. This year's recipients are Lauren Hines and Emily Saucier. The Stephen R. Coyne Memorial Athletic Scholarship in the amount of $500 has been awarded to Colin Winkleman. The Stacy Jude Andrews Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500 is Alyssa Sarkeesian. The Chief Roger G. Bellhumer Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500 has been awarded to Michael Robichaud. The Andrew Grimo Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500 has been awarded to Madison Poshkis. The Eric Doherty Memorial Scholarship, for which there are 3 at $500. This year's recipients are Ben Baer, Evan Bond, and John Froyo. The Butch Luthman Memorial Golf Scholarship in the amount of $600 goes to Courtney Prescott. Simon Youth Foundation has provided a scholarship in the amount of $750. This year's recipient is Michael Robichaud. The Massachusetts Elks Scholarship Incorporated major project has given 3 scholarships this year, each in the amount of, 2 in the amount of $800 and 1 in the amount of $900. The 2 $800 recipients are Emily Wambach and Michael Robichaud. The $900 recipient is Colin Winkleman. The Ronald Tarantino Jr. Memorial Scholarship, for which there are 2 at $1,000 apiece, those have been awarded to Ryan Henderson and Emily Saucier. Roach and Wren PC have awarded a scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to this year's recipient, Megan Contois. The Central One Federal Credit Union has offered a scholarship in the amount of $1,000, and this year's recipient is Ethan Lee. The Head and Family Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 has been awarded to Zachary Lazarick. The Jeffrey DeFrino Memorial Scholarship, for which there are 2 in the amount of $1,000. This year's recipients are Ryan Henderson and Madison Poshkis. The Auburn Women's Club has offered 2 scholarships in the amount of $1,000. This year's recipients are Graham Latino and Grace Levin-Savage. The Major David Broder Memorial Foundation has offered 3 scholarships in the amount of $1,000 this year. The recipients are Angelique Davis, Ryan Henderson, and Emily Saucier. The Auburn Police Association has offered 3 scholarships in the amount of $1,000. This year's recipients are Caitlin Cormier, Shiza Chaudhry, and Courtney Prescott. The Hanover Insurance Group has offered a $1,000 scholarship this year to Emily Wambach. The December 3rd scholarship in the amount of $1,000 has been awarded to Emily Saucier. The Robert M. Bork Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 has been awarded to Dana Tang. The Patricia Bork Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 has been awarded to Allison Anasaskis. The Joel H. Prouty Masonic Lodge has offered 3 scholarships in the amount of $1,500. This year's recipients are Shiza Chaudhry, Shay Jarvis, and Mildred Kuma. The Auburn Chamber of Commerce has offered 5 scholarships this year in the amount of $1,500. The recipients are Grace Levin-Savage, Elena Palumbo, Madison Poshkis, Michael Robichaud, and Emily Wambach. The Chief Roger G. Bellhumor Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $2,500. There are 2. This year's recipients are Grace Levin-Savage and Emily Saucier. The Auburn Chamber of Commerce Stephen Lucas Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 has been awarded to Olivia Kernan. The Auburn Chamber of Commerce Major David Broder Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 has been awarded to Michael Delastrito. The Major David Broder Memorial Foundation Scholarship in the amount of $4,000 has been awarded to Molly Cutting. The Robert G. Ahern Scholarship in the amount of $4,500 has been awarded to Michael Robichaud. And this year, perhaps for the first time in recent memory, maybe ever at Auburn High School, we are proud to be part of handing out the National Naval ROT Scholarship in the amount of $227,380. The NROTC Scholarship is awarded annually from the United States Navy, and it gives an award to Naval Reserve Officer. Let me try this again. Annually, the United States Navy awards 4-year Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps scholarships to qualified high school students throughout the country. These scholarships are awarded through a highly competitive national selection process and pay tuition and other financial benefits at many of the country's leading colleges and universities. The NROTC Scholarship Program not only provides a college education for these qualified young men and women, but is purposely designed to train them for service as commissioned officers in the United States Navy, to lead sailors and become future leaders of the United States. This year's recipient is Ryan Henderson. Ryan will be attending George Washington University in the fall, and we had the pleasure of Chief Petty Officer Michael Shampoo this morning to give Ryan that check. So congratulations, Ryan. Congratulations to all of our scholarship recipients, and a special thank you to our donors. Just as a point of information, we had $41,250 from inside the school handed out tonight. We had $66,750 handed out from outside the school tonight, and Ryan's scholarship of $227,380 rounds out the total of $335,380. So impressive, well earned. Okay, at this time, I would like to introduce Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Mary Ellen Brunell, School Committee Chair, Mr. George Scobie, and Ms. Eileen Donahue to assist with the passing out of your diplomas. Emma Julie Gervais, Class President, High Honors, National Honor Society. Molly Elizabeth Cutting, Class Vice President, High Honors, National Honor Society. Sarah Justine DeSimone, Class Secretary. DeSimone, excuse me. Emily Page Wambach, Class Treasurer, High Honors, National Honor Society. Joseph Patrick Scanlon. Donald Francis Moylan III. Connor Jameson Carlson. Benjamin Masiello. Cody Robert Berube. Jordan Christopher Bartlett. Tyler James LaValle. Neil Thomas Wykes. Evan Martin Bond. Daniel Lee Lindblom. Samuel Ian Elwell. John Aloysius Froyo. Ryan Patrick Lempicki. Cameron Paul Carpenter. Colin Gates Winkleman. Zachary Robert Johnson. Dawson Jem. Dominic Rocco Mattress. Leo Joseph Boisvert. Cameron Joseph McGrath. Evan White. Christopher Kennedy Martin. Jacob Brett Benoit. Kyle Anthony Reno. Devin Marcus Cruz. Alec Ronald Parrish. Benjamin Joseph Bear. Timothy Tran. Joseph John Payne. Nicholas Kevin Billings. Gianna Mary Gricci. Marcus Andre Lapointe. Jillian May LaValle. Jaden Corey Latino. Emily Elizabeth DeRozier. Caitlin Margaret McPherson. Sydney Mary Doran. Manuel Angel Rosario. Jack LaPearl. Zachary Nicholas Turcott. Ariana Lorna Manzi. Eric Jeffrey Merriam. Eric Kyle Cott. Nicholas Richard Gagne. Semran Kar Sahota. Alexis Christine McGrail. Jessica Rafael Montero. Michael Vincent Delastrito. Jason Ronald Henry. Lenny Tran. Devin Christopher Sousa. Alexander Page Scales, Tri-M Honor Society. Tyler C. Nguyen. Nicholas James Bartoli. Hannah Margaret Chapdelaine. Nicoletta Carizis. Isabella Rose Haig. Ricardo Almeida Rodriguez. Sarah Ann Cronin. Samantha Emily Collins. Alexis Michelle Fullen. Kaylee Michelle Pardee. Mark Angelo John. Lily Grace McLaughlin. Christos Photos. Damian Robert Daniels. Caitlin Elizabeth Hopper. Cassidy Rose McDonald. Haley Nicole Spafford. Ryan Alexander Blank. Rebecca Lynn Fitton, Tri-M Honor Society. Gianna Marie Bernier. Matteo Joseph Armendo. Gianna Lynn Petritis. Hannah Marie Elaine. Brandon Stephen Smith. Obiamaka Tachoku Iguanagu. Kaylee Ann Christy Perez. Kylie Jean Christy Perez. Kaylee Ann Chumsey. Molly Olivia Lovely. Austin Matthew Stewart. Corey Melissa Leonard. Kennedy Hunter Shalou. Kylie Geraldine Wheeler. Tanya Vanessa Santa Cruz Moijia. Samantha Mara Fernandez Arias. Josiah Michael Montezuma. Simon Alexander Stevens. Lily Grace Tuthill. John David Ranico. Kofi Bretu Ajiman. Jennifer Rose Primo. Sean Michael Duhamel. Dana Kathleen Bishop. Jasmine Dien Doe. Thomas Kevin Hunter Day. Rebecca Melody Chamberlain. Emma Kayleen Johnson. Afia Kanadu Ajiman. Faith Amber Stone. Erica Amelia Pearson. The next diplomas to be handed out are to those students who are graduating with honors. During their 4 years, they have a combined grade point average of at least 3.5 or a 90 overall, based on a 4.5 scale. Maxwell Benedict Engel. Shay Jarvis. Lucas Erickson Cussy. Sydney Ann Randall. Sophia Diana Mazzoni. Dylan Tyler Tang, National Honor Society. Ava Maria Zink, National Honor Society. Caitlin May Cormier, National Honor Society. Derek Joseph Brigham, National Honor Society, Tri-M Honor Society. Isabella Rose O'Toole. Caleb Christopher Mackin. KC Winjiru Ikonya. Ashley Delia Hayes, National Honor Society. Tyler Thomas Pratt, National Honor Society. Maxwell Richard Strong, National Honor Society. Alexandra Elizabeth Masterson. Daniel Alexander Mojica. Mackenzie Ray Ward. Matthew Brogan Smith, Tri-M Honor Society. Shay Kelsey CNA Brown, National Honor Society. Allison Alexis Anasaskis. Haley Rose Croto. Gabriella Wispansky. Olivia Lorraine Hamill, National Honor Society. Brianna Judith O'Neill. Shiza Yasmin Chaudhry. Lauren Elizabeth Duquette, National Honor Society. Jacqueline Marie Landry. Alexa Ray Katsoulis, National Honor Society. James Michael Grady. Michael Stephen Robichaud, National Honor Society. Ryan Michael Henderson, National Honor Society. The final batch of diplomas handed out will now go to students who are graduating with high honors, who during their 4 years have a combined grade point average of at least a 3.8 based on a 4.5 scale. Nicholas William DeLeo. Courtney Jean Prescott, National Honor Society. Parth Sankyuser. Samantha Marie Perry, National Honor Society. Alyssa Marie Sarkeesian, National Honor Society, Tri-M Honor Society. Paige Alexandria Suda, National Honor Society, Tri-M Honor Society. Olivia Lou Mikola. Emily Ann Saucier, National Honor Society. Megan Elizabeth Contois, National Honor Society. Naomi Catherine Jean Byland, National Honor Society. Jennifer Rose LeBlanc, National Honor Society. Erin Elizabeth Hazelhurst, National Honor Society. Shannon Elizabeth Sampson. Lauren Marie Hines, National Honor Society. Michaela Renee Camp. Jade Morgan Jones. Grace Elizabeth Levin-Savage, National Honor Society. Caitlin Marie Johnson, National Honor Society. Madison Julia Poshkis, National Honor Society, Tri-M Honor Society. Corinne Ruth Oliver, National Honor Society. Ryan Matthew Garabedian, National Honor Society. Zachary Robert Lazarick, National Honor Society. Madison Page Kapulka, National Honor Society. Charlie Kwang Lee. Angelique Marie Davis, National Honor Society, Tri-M Honor Society. Ethan Lee, National Honor Society. Vishvish Patel, National Honor Society. Mildred Na Adai Kuma. Marissa Helen Gallant. Victoria Rose Murphy, National Honor Society. Megan Taylor Hines, National Honor Society. Sean Angus Paul Campbell, National Honor Society, Tri-M Honor Society. Nicholas Dominic Bachelia, National Honor Society. Sebastian John Smirzik, National Honor Society. Giovanni Valentino Longo. Tiffany June Huynh, National Honor Society. Olivia Irene Kernan, National Honor Society, Tri-M Honor Society. Jackson Thomas Sipek, National Honor Society. Graham Latino, National Honor Society. Dana Ann Tang, National Honor Society. In this year's class valedictorian with a GPA of 4.8087, Jared Richard Sargent, National Honor Society. As principal of Auburn High School, I am pleased to announce that these seniors have met the requirements for a high school diploma as stipulated by the Auburn School Committee. And it is with great pleasure that I present to you officially the graduated class of 2019. Graduates, would you now please rise for the turning of your tassel? Now remember, they're on the right, we're going to the left. On three. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, you may be seated. We have two final items of business before we are done for the evening. First will be valedictorian address, Mr. Jared Sargent. Oops.
So, before anything else, I think it's important to make sure I give credit where credit is due with a few acknowledgments. Of course, we worked hard for the level of success we achieved, but such success would have been impossible without help. We owe quite a bit to the teachers, administrators, coaches, parents, and others who have supported us over the years. I really do think we should make it a point to reach out and express our gratitude to these individuals who led us to this point, and I hope they know how important they are to us. Personally, I'd like to use a bit of my time to thank my own family, my wonderful parents who have truly given me the world, and my two sisters who have always inspired me to be the best I can be. Thank you. Of course, it's just as important when reaching a milestone as momentous as graduating high school to congratulate oneself. Each of us has no doubt been presented with numerous obstacles until this point. Yet, every one of us is here today graduating because we were able to conquer these obstacles and move on to tackle new ones. These obstacles weren't the same for everybody. These obstacles might have been as typical as needing to pass a test, as personal as dealing with loss, or as seemingly simple as waking up every morning and getting yourself to school. Nevertheless, we have proven ourselves capable of jumping over all sorts of hurdles, however high, and I think we should be, and deserve to be, very proud of that fact. So, we've done a great job getting to this point with an incredible amount of strength and will. However, a milestone doesn't solely represent the work you've done up until now. It also shows you how much work you have left to do. Because the future and what we do with it is so important, we need to be very invested in what our time in the limelight will mean. I've given this some thought, and I've come up with a request for you all in the form of a challenge. To clarify, I want to challenge each of you to change the world. This seems like a tall order, but I don't believe that it is. I don't think that one needs to create a revolutionary invention, write a life-altering book, or be an influential politician in order to change the world. Not everyone wants to pursue a lofty goal like that. I believe the best way for us to change the world is simply to have a meaningful impact on those around us. In the scope of the planet, we are tiny. In the scope of the universe, we are nothing. However, every individual experiences life through their own eyes, has their own perspectives, and perceives reality in a different way. In a sense, through their own unique observations of the universe, every individual creates their own world, which might be similar or radically different compared to the worlds of the people around them. These are the worlds which we can change. By connecting with others, striving to understand them, and being a kind and compassionate presence in their lives, we can have a considerable impact on multiple worlds. The fact that we can make the lives of others significantly better just by being a positive influence to them is incredible, and we should take full advantage of this opportunity. Of course, to truly reach into someone else's world and improve it won't necessarily be an easy thing to do. Meaningful relationships take immense time and effort to create, after all, as we not only have to look to do good for others, but to become people with the level of compassion and wisdom necessary to do good for others. In spite of the difficulty, I know that all of us are up to the task. I had the privilege of getting to know a large portion of the students here, and it is because of this that I have full confidence in our potential for greatness. So, as you make your way through life after high school, make sure to look out for ways in which you can help others, because the impact you have on them will be your legacy. To sum things up, I'd like to once again say congratulations to everyone, and make sure to let you know that I'm certain that you can, will, and always have been an amazing part of the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Jared. And finally tonight, class of 2019, I would like to invite to the stage class president, Ms. Emma Gervais, for her closing comments.
Good evening, graduates, family, friends, educators, and guests. I'd first like to thank Mr. Hanfield and Ms. Donahue for guiding us through these 4 years. I'd also like to thank Dr. Brunel and the school committee for coming tonight. Our graduation was all possible thanks to the hard work of Mr. Berg, Ms. Tatum, Mr. Nedzwicki, and my Aunt Mandy. Everyone's Zia. Thank you. Tonight, we acknowledge the hard work of the 2019 graduating class of Auburn High School. I'd just like to take another minute to thank our parents for everything they've done for us, readying us for life. And while tonight is about us successfully passing in homework, passing classes, and staying up late to study for 4 years in order to receive our diplomas, I'd like to speak more on who we are as a whole. Tonight we graduate high school, but we also graduate our childhood. The people sitting with you right now are the people who know you best in the world. Although you might not believe me, and we might not all be best friends, we have to remember that we only grow up once, and we all grew up together. No other group of people can you talk to and say, remember how excited and scared we were on our first day of kindergarten. Remember when we used to eat in the gym cafetoriums and not care? Remember middle school, when the JB Junkyards and the Pack-a-Hogs were finally united and new friendships were made? And what other group of people can you say you went through your awkward stages with and lived to tell the tale? We were all there through thick and thin, through braces, new friends, trying new sports, classroom presentations, field trips, and assemblies. We've spent most of our lives with each other. We are all we've ever known. The names called tonight are the names you remember for years to come. This is it, you guys. Our last goodbye, our send-off into the world. This ceremony is all for us because we deserve it. We've worked for it, and we're finally here. Looking back on the past always makes me miss the good old days, but imagining the future is one of the most intriguing activities I can think of. Soon we'll all be moving on. Whether it be college, the workforce, or the service, we are all about to make our marks on the world beyond Auburn High. To many, our generation is nothing special. We're often labeled as lazy, we're criticized for being on our phones too much. And sometimes we give off the impression that we don't quite understand how the world works. All generations are looked down on by past generations, as not as world-changing as the last. People say they feel fear for the future because we're the up-and-coming leaders. But I have to tell you all honestly, the fact that we're going to be adults in the eyes of the world gives me hope. This is our generation. We will do amazing things. We are ready for adulthood. The proof is in our conversation. The discussions I have overheard over the years have matured from whether the colors of our dress were blue and black or white and gold to what a good business plan would be. I've overheard stock market explanations, political platforms, and social experiments that you wouldn't believe, all heard in the hallways. We discuss science and mental health all in our spare time. We are all so radically different, and the scope of our ideas and intelligence covers so much that there's no doubt in my mind we will contribute to society in many aspects. Here at AHS, we've built our foundation of knowledge. Now we know what questions to ask. Auburn High brought us all together, and our community helped us become who we are. Because of Auburn and each other, we can continue to learn, to research, to lead, and to speak out. We'll do amazing things no one has done before, and I can't wait to see what we accomplish. Luckily for us, we have social media, so we don't have to wait 5 years until our reunion to hear about what our classmates have accomplished. We can easily point to our cell phone screens and say, I went to high school with them. On a final note, Auburn has given us countless opportunities to learn and grow. Whether it was academic, athletic, or extracurricular, I can stand up here and confidently say that as a group, we've taken full advantage of these opportunities. So I think it's the perfect time to be leaving. We've done so much here, but there is so much more out there to experience. Whether you end up overseas or commuting over the Auburn-Worcester line, I hope you'll try every new and wild thing that comes your way. Go anywhere you want and everywhere you can. Do what you want to do, even if your friends choose something else. Be unapologetically you and take what you want. Show the world what our generation is capable of and put Auburn on the map. Although we'll likely move apart, trying to live the life each of us wants, we'll always have Auburn High as home. Because of who we are and where we grew up, there are no limits for Auburn's 2019 graduating class. Thank you.
Okay, well, I told you about 8 o'clock, right? Look at your watches, people. Where are we? Well, I got 8:01. Not bad, not bad. Okay, before I dismiss you for the final time, let's just keep a couple of safety things in mind as we leave. Back rows, we're processing out, right? We're going to follow each other. We're going to process all the way out through the main part of the building. We're going to go out to the athletic fields. Families, friends, that's where you'll meet your graduates. You can take your pictures, do whatever you want within reason. Until about 10 or 10:30, that's when the lights shut off. It's your night from here on out. Thank you very much, and be safe.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van, in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name and a star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I'd become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that glass first. Wish I made it to homecoming, got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would've gotten out of my shell. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open, and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and that futon, we just begun. On the grass dreaming, figuring out who I was. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on now. We've come so far, I guess I'm proud. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars, I've been around. I felt some pain, I seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days. I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van, in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave.